Hello, everybody. Welcome to my weird, wonderful world. And before I get to the main subject, and I will be leaving timestamps for this one, I'll try to make this brief, but I can't make any promises. This still might be a 20-minute video because I have a lot of content to go through. But first, I want to talk about yesterday's video. Now, I will be continuing to do videos like those every once in a while. Look, and again, it's not, I know when I post a video like that those are the least viral videos that I can make. I have a very specific audience who will love stuff like that, and I'm catering it to them, to that audience. I don't want to always just be there like subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Sometimes I really want to appreciate some of my other viewers that like videos where I go out and show some nature stuff and or if I could show some venues, if I had a better camera, I can go and show some better venues than that. I wish copywriting was so much more lax so I could actually play music and share music at the same time and talk about music in different ways. But videos like I did yesterday with my it's poems that I wrote, and I do want to present more of that. I want to actually do some poetry reading, but I know that that's not going to appeal to everybody, and a lot of you are going to probably think that's boring and click off. So once every couple of weeks, every 2 weeks, I want to go back into doing that. I still need to finish reading the liner notes to the debut album of uh the debut album. Yeah, that's the one I was reading. Yeah, debut album of Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath, Black Sabbath. I was reading the liner notes, and I want to finish reading those and before going and doing some more liner note readings. I like doing those, but I know that those are not going to be popular videos. So, okay, I talked 2 minutes about this. I'm going to switch gears a little bit. Also, I want to mention again. I'll leave timestamps, and before you see that, I made a new one. That only took me an hour. That only took me an hour because it was a little easier for some reason. And as you see, it's not the same mask as I did for this one, And again, the same idea. Well, I'll change it. This time when I get up, my pocket won't be hanging out like it did last time. But yeah, I'll go and I'll show you. I'll stand on my bed here. I got some junk on my bed. I gotta clean up here. But it is all good. It serves me purpose. So you guys can see up here. Yeah. So again, very carefully. It's just with magnets. Again, I can replace it. Put the magnets on. Once it clicks in place, like I said, it's the way I put it on. It clicks right in place. So now I have that mask on there, and you see how it's lower. The color scheme is a lot different when I put the other one next to it. The next one I'm going to do probably is going to be with the longer ears. It might even go up to here. That might even pass right up into past the. But yeah, it's all interchangeable because of the magnets. I want to put this one back on. Oh, but it takes just a couple of minutes, a couple of seconds to fit right, and yeah, and then I got some, and I'm going to be making some more because they're so easy to make and they're keeping me motivated. So this weekend, there's one day in particular I'm going to dedicate at least a good 4 to 5 hours straight of just working on the kittens, Mittens and Jinx for Larry Graves. Yeah, he's gonna appreciate that. But this is a good for me. This is a good primer. This is just gearing me up. This is getting me, sharp. I'm sharpening my tools. So when I do that drawing for Larry, all right. So about 4.5 in, I'm going to get to the main subject. Now, I have a couple. Now, I was going to mention these ones here at first as honorable mentions, but they're all part of a different. They're all cover songs, but I have different forms and different formats of the cover songs that I have. Okay, and there's a lot of cover songs that I have where I don't actually own the original. I don't have the originals, but these are everything that I can find. I'm sure I'm missing something here and there, but these are all the ones that I can find where not only do I have the the cover song, but I also have the original. And I'll go through now. This is again, I don't want to say honorable mention. This is just a different format. But this Matthew Sweet and Susanna Hoff, completely under the covers, is 4 discs of cover songs. And there's this box set has some bonus tracks. I know it's hard to see. My camera is not the best for that. But yeah, so but a lot of these I do not have. Like I know I have "And Your Bird Can Sing" because that's a Beatles track, and I have all the Beatles. I do have that Fleetwood Mac "Rumors," so I have secondhand news. So there's a couple here and there that I do have the actual songs of the covers, but this is sort of my honorable mention in a sense, okay? Now, I don't know if these would count exactly, right? Here's a whole album of different bands doing cover songs of the old classic Kiss stuff with Kiss my assets. And so it has Anthrax doing "She." That's awesome. That's the main reason I have that. Of course, there's a Shanty's Addiction, Going Blind, which actually has Maynard James Keenan on it. Maynard James Keenan is in there a tiny bit, so I can claim to that. As the Mighty Boss Tones doing doing Detroit Rock City, Yoshiki doing Black Diamond. It's pretty cool. I don't play it too often, but I do like that I have it. But these are all cover songs, but it's an album designed as cover songs, so it doesn't really count. Oh, I gotta go get the actual CD, but just a second. It won't take long to get it right here. Now, this is also kind of an honorable mention. These are cover songs, but it's very specifically to one album. So I have the cover songs. These are all metal cover songs to this album of Kimono My House. So the Mail Brothers here, you know, did the well, this was by Pale Wizard Records, and I got this cup. Yeah, it was already last year I bought this, and I love it. I need to play this soon because I really love everything off of this. There's not a bad track on there. I mean, because it's from that, so. But that's another format of cover songs. Now, also, I want to mention that I have this here because I have all the Rush, right? Then and this came in this little box set here for those particular albums, but this is in there, of course. It, Rush doesn't do cover songs, but they decided to honor cover songs and do their favorite ones. So there's 8 tracks, and the only ones I kind of really have that I know of is the two from the Yardbirds from the greatest hits here that I have, which would be Heart Full of Soul and The Shapes of Things. Yeah, so Heart Full of Soul and Shapes of Things are the two from here that's on here. So they sort of do count. So I'm counting them, but they're not a part of the main run that I'm going about to go through here. All right. So now if you want to get to the main run, I'll call it the main run, and I'll leave timestamps to get to this part here. All right. So I'm not sure which order I wanted to go in. If I wanted to go from left to right or right to left, from what I see. But I'm going to go from the least. Okay. It's not necessarily ranked, but they're loosely kind of in from the worst to the best. Some of my favorites. Let's go with the least the least attractive one to people and fans, but I kind of think it's cool. Let's go with this Twisted, Twisted on their album Freak Show. It's Psychopathic Records. You know, they're juggalos with the Insane Clown Posse, and people of that world will know who they are. You know, if you're a juggalo or into Insane Clown Posse, which I am too. I have a very eclectic, thing of But on this, they do People Are Strange. And they do a cover of the Doors, People Are Strange, from this album, from Strange Days. And it's cool. You know what? It's actually pretty darn cool. I actually really like it. I mean, say what you will about the Insane Clown Posse or this type of horror rap kind of, things that they do, but it's still a pretty cool cool you know cover song. Now, even though I have this one here at the second to last, it really isn't second to last. It's just that I don't find. Well, I still really love it. It's still my Maynard James Keenan doing the vocals on this one, of course, and on his band A Perfect Circle. So on this A Perfect Circle for is Emotive. It's called. This is mostly cover songs. There's only two songs in there technically are not cover song. It's the fifth song called Passive, and they're counting bodies like sheep to the rhythm of the war drums. It's basically a, a kind of a follow up to Pets from their previous album, 13 Step, right? But they do a pretty decent job at John Lennon's Imagine, which I do have in this little compilation. So Imagine, I do have the original, and then I have that cool cover version. Now, speaking of also this same album, they also have another song because there's a couple of cover songs on there. They also have um, where is it? Freedom of Choice which is the Devo song, which I have from this, from this double album of Oh No It's Devo, and of course the title track called Freedom of Choice, which I love the video. I love the video. If you haven't seen the video for Freedom of Choice, I highly recommend it. And if you're only familiar with this and you haven't heard the the, the Perfect Circle version, please do. Continuing, okay. And so that was three and I think that was four and five I just mentioned there. Yeah, I want to count how many I'm mentioning. All the previous ones before. This is just for the run. So okay, I have this Prozac Hot Show, which I really love. Of course, I got it because of the Amabala Charret, but it was and now I had when this first came out, I had brought it to the club for them to play the ninth song, "Sucks to Be You," right? But the DJ mistakenly played the song before it, which actually was a success because it really got everybody on the dance floor, and it would have been, and it was Wild Thing. It's a Wild Thing Poor Boy medley, but of course it's Wild Thing from the Trogs, which I do actually have on this hits of the '60s. So I actually do have the original. So it's right there, Wild Thing, the Trogs. You can almost kind of see it, but I do have it, and that's pretty cool that I actually do have both versions. Now, this next one is we're starting to get into some of more of my favorite stuff for sure as we continue to go along. And this one, I actually first got it from the Sparks and Gratuitous Sax and Senseless Violence. Right here, and on the bonus material, there's a song called Holiday. It's the second to last song, Holiday. And for when I first heard this, I had no idea it was a cover song. Okay, I really never heard the original before. But slowly, of course, when you look things up in that and you realize, hey, that's a Bee Gees song. I had to buy it because it had Holiday on it. So now I have the original to Holiday, and yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy, 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 happy. And then of course me. being a Metallica fan, and this is a little bit of an outlier in the group because this is a compilation of stuff Metallica did that's kind of all over the place. All these little all these little that reminds me never I gotta get something out because I think it's on once I get to it, once I find it, where is it off of? What is it off of? Uh, I gotta play these more. I'm looking at my Black Sabbath. Oh yes, it's off of this one. Yeah. So okay, I'm talking about the Garage Inc. Of course, Metallica, and on this, okay, and what I just went to go look at, I thought, oh yeah, I forgot I do have this. So Black Sabbath, so Black Sabbath, Sabracadabra, they do a killer Sabracadabra. Also on this, of course, is Bread Fan by Budgie, and I have this best of Budgie doing Bread Fan, and that's awesome, awesome. But I also have their version on here of Queen's Stone Cold Crazy, yeah, awesome, awesome. So on this, I have three cover songs that is just magical and awesome. I probably also have on off from my compilation, I have a greatest hits of Motorhead, which I have around here somewhere. I don't rightly know where it is exactly offhand at the moment. But I do, yeah, I probably do because there's four Motorhead songs here that I probably have the cover songs. Like, well, these are the cover songs, and I have the original probably off of that greatest hits. So just to mention that too. So yeah, a few things off of that. Coming back to Maynard James Keenan and going back to this again, Maynard James Keenan with the Pussifer brought out this little EP of Donkey Punch the Night Away, and the first song is Bohemian Rhapsody, which of course I do have off of this Queen Icon compilation. I also have it off of the biopic soundtrack, which I do have also. But yeah, it's cool. So I have that from that. Now, continuing on, this awesome cover, there's a cover song off of this from David Lee Roth Skyscraper, California Girls. This is the best version I have of it. It's on here towards the end there. Track number 14 is it? No, 16. 16. Track number 16. So but I do have it. So California Girls. I always loved the video. And just to remind everybody, this was co-produced by Steve Vai, and Steve Vai plays guitar on this, also with the previous album of Eat 'Em and Smile and that, and Hot in the Shade and stuff like that. Steve Vai, yeah, but doing a cover song of uh, of the Beach Boys. Now, of course, I have this Bob Marley Legends. It has some good songs, but what it does also have is I Shot the Sheriff. And thanks to Glenn Calloway for recommending, me looking at when I saw this in Spin It secondhand, I had to pick it up. So I do have the Eric Clapton from 461 Ocean Boulevard, which has, of course, I Shot the Sheriff. So yeah, nice little connection there. That's a dual, cover song and having the original that I really love that I have both. It's one thing having cover songs, right? And then there's plenty of cover songs that I have that I don't have the where I don't have the original. I still have plenty of awesome cover songs on a lot of different other CDs, but I just don't have the original. These are only the ones where I know I have the originals. But I have here two cover songs that Quiet Riot did, and they're on two different albums. You have on let me take these out here because you have on on Condition Critical with Come On Feel the Noise, which I have on this Come On Feel the Noise, and then on the next album, uh, get to that here, Condition Critical, I have Mama We're All Crazy Now. Yeah, Mama We're All Crazy Now. So there's two because Quiet Riot sounded quite like the Singer of Slaves, the really, you know, make them the perfect band to do cover songs of them. I still really love those songs. I'm still a big fan of Quiet Riot, even though I know that Larry Graves is not so much of he. Well, it's a band he hated in the '80s. Go watch that video that he did where he's talking about the 12 bands that he hated from the '80s. I can agree with some. Some of them I don't agree as much, except for the Kiss because I have a soft spot. That they were my first favorite band, but they're anywhere near my favorite bands at all anymore. But they were, so I still love them. I still listen to them, but they are juvenile. They are juvenile albums in many respects, but with sexual undertones, which go figure. All right, let's continue. I'm dragging this out a little bit too much. Again, I said I can't make this a short. Can never make a short video. Never. I wish I could. Now I have this as a recommendation for a reaction that Larry Graves is still yet to do for Lemonheads. It's a shame about Ray. That's supposed to be my bonus album request for the month, and I still have yet to see it. I'm patient. I'm not rushing him, but I'm thinking that he may have forgot about it. He did my song reaction yesterday for Danzig's Twist of Cain, and he did yeah, I don't. He gave it a really great score, and I'm very happy with it. But I want to hear what he thinks of this whole album. I know he heard the cover song off of this before, though. The last song is Mrs. Robinson, which is a cover song of Simon and Garfunkel, which I do have. It's the first song on the album, Mrs. Robinson. It's the last song on here. So it's a pretty cool little bookend. You can play this whole album first and then pop this in right after it, and it'll be a fun little, a little double bill. So that's cool. And so getting on, there's only a few left, not much left to go. Now, this singer, Anne Marie from this best of, I do actually really like this. I'm so happy to pick this up. There's a few songs that I keep singing to myself over and over again. From this, like some not Snowbird, not Daydream Believer, but Daydream Believer is what I'm talking about. Her cover of Daydream Believer, which I have off of this, the Essential Monkeys, but I also have it on where did I put that? Is that buried over here somewhere? Oh, yeah. No. Oh, I put no, yeah, I showed that already. Where did I put the monkeys? Right here. I buried it. But I also have it off of this. It's off of the last album here, which is the Birds, the Bees, and the Monkeys. So I also have it on that. But I have the original, and but this is I'm so happy to have this cover song. Yeah. Also now, let's get to some Jimi Hendrix here. I'm actually showing you the original because there's two bands that took a couple of songs. Now, again, I wish I had the original for All Along the Watchtower. I have a couple of awesome Bob Dylan stuff here, but I don't have that song. So I need to, yeah, I'm gonna need to up my Bob Dylan collection for sure. I need to get more Bob Dylan. Absolutely. There's a few albums I need. But I have this Red Hot Chili Peppers who off of their Mother's Milk album who does a great cover of Fire. Let me stand next to your fire. Let me stand next to your fire, you know. And but also off of, from this, one of my favorite cover songs uh, of Jimi Hendrix is what Stevie Ray does with Little Wing. What he does with Little Wing is just so musical and magical. It's probably one of my favorite guitar things out there. It's in my top 10 favorite guitar moments of all time that I really love. I might do a video about that, about my 10 favorite guitar things of all time, whether it's a performance, a special song or something with guitar work that's just exceptional. I'll have to think about that. But but yeah, wow, 25 minutes. I'm last one, and I'm done. And like I said, I probably could have found more, but this is what all I could find. And the last one, but not least, I have this, and I'll show you the cover song. It's off of Voivod's Nothing Fate. They do a wicked cover song of Astronomy Domine, which I am so happy to have the original version of it here, and I also have a live version of it on the Umagama. So so that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Okay, before it gets too long, I'm going to let you guys go and everything. And why can't I make shorter videos? But this is me. This is me. I can't not babble a tiny bit when I'm talking about my favorite subjects. You're just gonna have to live with it. I will do my best to make shorter videos, but I can never make any promises. It is what it is. All right, but you guys know I love you, and don't subscribe to me just yet. Go please watch some other videos. Find out if my channel is good enough for good for you. I do want to find people who likes my content and wants to watch it, every day. Get my view count up. You know, don't worry about subscribing yet. I just want to make sure people like my channel. And so everybody, you know, like, hey, don't be afraid to hit the like button, of course. Leave me comments. I do my best to get to your comments when I can and if I can. And but I love reading your comments, at least I give you a channel heart. All right, everybody. Please be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. And please, everybody, just have a great day, evening, morning, night, afternoon, wherever you may be. Peace, everybody.